My mother, who lives in North Jersey, was starting to have medical issues, and she was going back and forth to the hospital and to rehab, and she was really struggling to manage her independence. And I realized we needed professional help to try to figure out what the best plan for my mother would be as far as her longer-term care and her financial needs. And we contacted Elder Life Management.
Yeah. I remember your mom was in rehab at that moment, and we said, what's our next step? What can we do? And she begged us, please, I can go home, I'll be fine. So we went ahead with it. We really didn't have a backup plan. She had an aide that was coming in twice a week, 3 hours. We upped it a little bit, but it wasn't enough. The first day, Al stayed over, spent the night with her the first night that she came home, and she fell the next morning. And so the first week was rough, yes.
We met with Judy, we had an interview. She called us in, and it was great because I think from the time we contacted her, we were able to get an appointment the next day, which was really terrific. Judy was a great listener, and we told her about what our situation was and the struggles that we were having with my mother. And she told us what her company would be able to do as far as long-term planning and helping to work out my mother's financial situation.
We had a long intake with her, asking us questions, and very, very thorough. We really felt we could talk to her. She understood. And I remember when we first came to her, it was before we decided she needed to go elsewhere, and she gave us a lot of good tips on how to help her while she was still in her home, things that we hadn't thought of, simple things about just so that we would feel more comfortable that she was safe. She wasn't pushing necessarily, she was listening to us and what our needs were. So I was impressed with that.
My mother was at home, and it really became a dangerous situation for her, and I had to find a residential situation of some type for her. And amazingly, within 24 to 48 hours, the staff was able to find a placement for my mother. We weren't sure at that point whether it was going to be temporary care or long-term residential care, but they found a wonderful facility for my mother, and she is there now as we speak, and it was just a smooth transition. The telephone calls back and forth, there were no answering machines, there was just great human contact with the Elder Life staff, and that was really very, very helpful. You know, I'm a medical professional. I know something about the process of being admitted to a hospital, being admitted to an assisted living or a rehab facility, but until you actually try to do the process on your own, it is a very, very daunting task. And to have a professional company like Elder Life Management really made a huge difference. If somebody contacted me and asked me about utilizing Elder Life services, I would wholeheartedly recommend Elder Life. They have been and continue to be excellent, responsive, efficient, and it's really been very helpful going through this difficult time of keeping my mother safe and happy.
As far as the timeline, we had these issues going on the end of October. By November 1st, she was placed. It was very quick. It was wonderful.
Very prompt. Much appreciated.
The staff here has always been available, and we had all our questions answered, and we were very, very happy.
It was a very good feeling during and after the meeting with Judy. I needed assistance with my mother's medical and long-term planning care, and Elder Life provided excellent services to us to make my mother safe and happy.
And emotionally, they gave us a lot of comfort ourselves going through the emotional process as well.
When someone you care about is now someone you care for, call Elder Life Management.